Good morning to everyone on Periscope. My name is Tiara Griffin, and I just came to talk to you guys on this morning about patience, and patience being the key, and the revelation that I had about patience. Can anybody hear me? If anybody can just say yes, it'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, great. It's kind of low. Okay, good morning to everybody. Again, my name is Tiara Griffin, and I came to talk about patience. I'm almost to work, so I'm pulling in right now, actually. But I had a revelation about patience. I've done a lot of things that I knew I wasn't supposed to do, and a lot of things that a lot of situations I ended up in, it was because of not having enough patience. And I watch a lot of Joyce Myers, a lot of her teachings, and yesterday she just said that patience is not the ability to wait, but patience is how you wait and how you react to different situations as you're waiting. So I was in the car the other day, and I'm the kind of person, I hate traffic. I hate standing in lines. Anything that has to do with me waiting or me not getting my way when I want my way, it's just not a pretty scene. And I was in traffic the other day, and I was just sitting there waiting, and I was like, what can I do in this time instead of just being upset? I can't do anything about the fact that there's traffic, so I just have to sit in this situation and just go through it. And I was sitting there because God has been dealing with me a lot about patience. And I was sitting in traffic, and for the last month or so, I've been either reading my word, listening to Joyce Myers, and singing songs, praising God, praying, doing a lot of things to get my mind off to the fact that I am waiting, because in life we're going to have to wait. There's nothing you can do about waiting. Sometimes you have to expect to wait. When you do ask for something from God, or when you want something, sometimes you have to wait, because we are emotional based people, and we want things when we want it. It's a lot of self-gratification and a lot of other things that we think we want something, but at the end of the day, when we get it, sometimes we don't even want that thing that we even asked for. But back to traffic. So I'm sitting in traffic, and I was just like, I am backed up all the way to my exit on the Don Hope Bridge. And if anybody knows anything about Charleston, it's a bottleneck bridge. And I knew I was going to be in traffic for an hour. So I was determined not to sit there and be upset, because there's nothing I can do about the fact that traffic is backed up. So I said, now, there's 2 lanes on the bridge, and then there's 2 like median size you pulled off for emergencies only. And I just thought to myself, a lot of times in life, we want to bypass all of this traffic, or we want to bypass all of this time, or we want to bypass the entire waiting season, because we want to just get to where we want to go, and we want to get there immediately. We want to get there fast. And sometimes we can't bypass traffic, because if you get on that side of traffic and you go up, you're going to either run into consequences, which you can get stopped by the police, or you can get stopped by the police, or you can incur a charge that you could have avoided if you just stayed in your lane. If you stay in your lane and you wait in your season and you do what you're supposed to do in this time of your waiting, you'll get to your destination. And by the time I looked up again, I was already to my destination, because I learned how to be patient in my season. Stay in your lane. Don't try to get out of your lane and go past everybody, because you're going to run into problems. You're going to run into consequences. You're going to run into the police. You're going to run into factors, end up paying money out of your pocket, or end up just paying things that you could have already avoided if you just stayed in your lane and stayed in and just waited. Waiting is good, because you're avoiding, pretty much sometimes you're avoiding things that you didn't even know you were going to run into. Like, God could be keeping you from something. If you got there too fast, maybe you could have gotten into an accident. Or in life, you could have gone too fast and you could have gotten into trouble. And I know I don't like trouble. So patience is just something that I've been really dealing with. And I've been reading a lot of patience, a lot of teachings on patience and just reading about patience, because patience is vital. Patience is needed. We need patience in life to go through any situation that we may face. And the only way we can gain patience is if we go through tests and trials. You don't get patience during good times, because when everything is good, you don't need patience because you got what you want. But if you're not patient or you're going through things, endure it. It's only to make you better. It's only to make you stronger. And another thing that we have to do when it comes to patience is change our mindset. Our mindsets are off, as a lot of time as believers, whatever you think is what you say, and whatever you say is what you feel, and whatever you feel is how you're going to react. So don't make any decisions based on your feelings. Like, I want it now, so you go out and get it. Or I want it and I want it now, so you go out and do it, and then it causes you pain later, when you could have just stayed in the will of God and put your emotions and put your flesh under subjection. Every day I have to kill my flesh. It is not easy, but God told me it's going to be worth it. Like, it's not easy to want to be in a relationship with somebody. It's not easy to want to do something and you know that's not for you, when you could just wait on God, because God's best is better than my best any day. And I always have to tell myself, my best day without God doesn't even compare to my worst day with him, because I have something the world doesn't have. I have grace. I have grace, and grace is the ability to do things I cannot do. I can't do a lot of things, but what I can do, I try to do to the best of my ability, and the rest I just give to God, because I understand I can't do nothing without him. I find myself saying to God all day, help me. I can't do this, God. What do you want me to do? So I spend a lot of time with God. I just, on my lunchtime, I don't sit there and try to gossip with my friends, because I know it's a place that I have to get to. I don't have any friends at this job, but it doesn't matter. I don't sit and try to gossip with people. I come to my car and I'm like, God, I'm going to spend the day with you. What should we do today? What do you want to teach me about today? And I tell God, develop in me patience. And I know when I ask for patience, I know there's going to come problems. I know there's going to come trials with that, but I understand the process. I understand that that's what I need in order to be better. I'm tired of being one of these Christians that mediocre, complacent. I want more out of life. I want more of God. And I know when I ask God for more of him, I know what that comes with. But I also had to realize that with wanting more of God, I couldn't pimp God out. I couldn't be like, God, okay, I'm gonna get close to you because I want this. The devil is a liar. No, I want you, God. And I know that everything that I need is in God. I need God more than I need the air I breathe, and I need God more than I need anything in my life. And in order to need God, or in order to have God in my life, I know I have to be better. I know I have to mature as a Christian, because if I don't mature, God is not going to force me to do anything he doesn't want me to do. Yes, I can go out back to patience and do everything that I want to do in life. But at the end of the day, God wants to grow me, because he knows the calling that I have on my life. He knows all the things that he wants me to do. And if I'm preaching about different things, he's going to be like, okay, that's nice, but you still need to grow up. You can't be young all your life. So, I don't know if I got off, but at the end of the day, patience is key. And we should all try to practice being patient, because patience is the fruit of the Spirit. And if you don't have any patience, endure these trials and tribulations or situations that you may face, and endure them with happiness. Endure them with a good attitude. Endure them with, it's trouble don't last always. Just endure them and allow it to grow you, and allow it to just make you better. And if you're going through trials and you just can't take it and you just don't know what to do, work on the root. Because it's either the root, it's a root cause and why you are like you are. Like I am how I was, because my family gave me everything. When I needed something, I knew I could always count on them. But it came a time when I was like, sometimes you just have to deny your flesh and just trust God with everything that's in you. Lean not to your own understandings, and just acknowledge him in all your ways, and be patient. Weather the storm. Stay in the fight. Don't give up. And remember, patience is key. You get a whole lot further with patience than you do with self-gratification, because you get it and you might not even have what you really thought you wanted. But God's best is the best. So thanks for listening to me, guys. I invite you all to follow me when I do get a Periscope. Right now I'm on my aunt's Periscope, but this is a first time experience, kind of nervous, but Thanks for listening, and be patient. Weather the storm. Don't give up. Don't give in. Fight, because the devil knows when you give up, he can take away your joy. He can take away everything that you have been wanting and have been desiring. But God said, do not grow weary in well-doing, but in due season you will reap if you faint not. Don't give up, but follow Detour Movement and have a wonderful day. Not just because it's Friday, but because God woke you up, and it's a new day that you can say thank you, a new day that you can give God the glory, a new day that you can give God the praise, and a new day to get closer to him. It's never too late. Thank you. Love you guys.